Monumentality in architecture may be defined as a quality, a spiritual quality inherent in a structure which conveys the feeling of its eternity, that cannot be added to or changed. We feel that quality in the Parthenon, the recognized architectural symbol of Greek civilization. Louis Kahn believes that monuments cannot be intentionally created. In this video, we will be reading an excerpt from Louis Kahn's essay New Architecture and City Planning, a Symposium, which was written in 1944. This reading was suggested by our friend Nis Sutswang, founder of the Vomitorium, a visual and engaging blog where she handles historical architectural topics. You can find the link to her blog down in the description. We highly recommend her blog post. And now, let us begin reading. Some argue that we are living in an unbalanced state of relativity, which cannot be expressed with a single intensity of purpose. It is for that reason I feel that many of our confreres do not believe we are psychologically constituted to convey a quality of monumentality to outbuildings. But have we yet given full architectural expression to such social monuments as the school, the community or cultural center? What stimulus, what movement, what social or political phenomena shall we yet experience? What event or philosophy shall give rise to a will to commemorate to its imprint on our civilization? What effect would such forces have on our architecture? Science has given to the architect its explorations into new combinations of materials capable of great resistance to the forces of gravity and wind. Recent experiments and philosophers of painting, sculpture, and architecture have instilled new courage and spirit in the work of their fellow artists. Monumentality is enigmatic. It cannot be internationally created. Neither the finest material nor the most advanced technology enters a work of monumental character, for the same reason that the finest link was not required to draw up the Magna Carta. However, our architectural monuments indicate a striving for structural perfection which has contributed in great part to their impressiveness, clarity of form, and logical scale. Stimulated and guided by knowledge, we shall go far to develop the form indigenous to our new materials and methods. It is therefore the concern of this paper to touch briefly on the broader horizons which science and skill have revealed to the architect and engineer and sketch the faint outlines of possible structural concepts and expressions they suggest. No architect can rebuild a cathedral of another epoch embodying the desires, the aspirations, the love, and the hate of the people whose heritage it became. Therefore, the images we have before us of monumental structures of the past cannot live again with the same intensity and meaning. Their faithful duplication is unreconcilable. But we dare not discard the lessons these buildings teach, for they have the common characteristics of greatness upon which the buildings of our future must, in one sense or another, rely. This generation is looking forward to its duty and benefit to build from the masses with its problems of housing and health. It is aware of our outmoded cities. It accepts the airship as a vital need. The nation has adopted the beginnings of social reform. These days, we look forward for the cathedral, the culture center, the legislative palace, World Island, the seat of the Congress of the Nations, the Palace of Labor and Industry, the monuments to commemorate the achievements and aspirations of our time, to be built to resemble Chartres, Crystal Palace, Palazzo Strozzi, and the Taj Mahal. To what extent progress in buildings will be retarded by ownership, patterns, dogmas, style consciousness, precedent, untested building materials, arbitrary standards, outmoded laws and regulations, untrained workmen and artless craftsmen is speculation. But the findings of science and their application have taken large steps recently in the development of war materials, which point to upset normally controlled progress and raise our hopes to the optimistic level. Standardization, prefabrication, controlled experiment and tests, and specialization are not monsters to be avoided by the delicate sensitiveness of the artist. They are merely the modern means of controlling vast potentialities of materials for living, by chemistry, physics, engineering, production, and assembly, which lead to the use of necessary knowledge. The artist must have to expel fear in their use, broaden his creative instinct, give him new courage, and thereby lead him to the adventures of unexplored places. His work will then be part of his age and will afford delight and service for his contemporaries. Now that we have reached the end of this video, I want you to share your thoughts in the comments and tell us if you agree with Louis Kahn that monuments cannot be built intentionally. That said, make sure to subscribe to not miss on any future content. Thank you so much for making it to the end of our video, and we will see you in the next one.